This is the Roulette Master, and today I'm going to solve the problem of what do you do with those pesky zeros that always wreck your roulette sessions. This is called Snake Eyes Roulette by one of my subscribers, Thomas. I can't wait to share it with you, and today I'm going to put it up against a variation of Kentucky White's 9 Streets that I used at the First Council Casino the last 2 days, and I stayed there and went to the Gary Allen concert. It was a great weekend, and I used this variation to win a lot of money, so I'm going to share that with you as well, and let's go ahead and get started with that one first. This is going to be fantastic. Each of these will get 15 minutes, and let's go ahead and get started with the variation I used at First Council Casino this weekend. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to start with the streets. We're still going to leave out the last 3 like Kentucky White does, the 15, 17, and the 6, but we're going to start with 6 of them. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so once you have the right amount, you know that's 30 because you have 6 of them times 5, that's $30. So we're going to start with 6 streets, and let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. With Kentucky White's 9 streets, it usually starts with 3 streets, and that's a 9 red. Okay, that's a $30 win to start. We will take it. And let's go ahead now, and we'll make sure to pick 6 streets that don't include the 9, 15, or 17. So let's do that. Oh, we can't do that one. Let's pass that one up. And once you get to $30, you know that you have it right. So let's go ahead and spin. That's 6 streets at 5 each. All right, here we go. And this was so effective for me this weekend, and we just lost that one. So when you lose that one, we are going to add 3 more streets in, and we're going to make sure they don't include the last 3. So let's do that. And then let's go ahead and double and spin. Now we're at $90 total bet. And this is just a variation of Kentucky White's 9 streets that just happened to work fantastic for me, again, at First Council Casino this weekend. And that's a win. We're up $30. Once you get to the 9 streets, we're going to try to get 2 wins instead of 1. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. That's a 3 red. And that's another win. Now you see we're up $60. So let's pick 6 more streets that don't include the 3, 11, or 9. So let's go ahead and do that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then again, it's $30. Let's go ahead and spin. And basically what we're doing here is taking the 3 streets out of play because a lot of times you don't win on the 3 streets, but when you do, it really pays off. I know that. But let's go ahead and add 3 more in now. We'll leave out the 35, 3, and 11. And let's do that. So it has to be the 7, 8, 9, and then we'll go ahead and double from 45 to 90, and let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's an 8 black. And that's a $30 win. We're up 60. We're going to try to get 2 wins once we get to 9 streets. And I'd never been to the First Council Casino in Oklahoma. This is the first time going there this weekend for that concert, and it was pretty cool. It actually had an indoor water park for my son, and it was a pretty cool place. So we're up 90. Let's go ahead and start back over with 6 of them, and we're going to leave out the 25, 8, and 35. So let's go ahead and do that. That's 1 too many. Let's back that up. Now we have 6. As long as it's $30, you know it's right. And here we go. That's a 13 black. And that's a nice win. If you can get them on the, with the 6 streets, you can make some more profit because you can see we're up $120 now. Let's pick 6 more and leave out the 13, 25, and 8. Not the 13, though. Let's leave that one out. There we go, and let's spin. It doesn't matter which ones you pick, just leave those last 3 out. And that's a 29 black. And that's a loss, so let's pick 3 more that don't include the 13, 25, or 29. So that would be the 7, 8, 9, and because it's not in the last 3, and then we'll double to 90 and spin. Now let's try to get our 2 wins. All right, here we go. That's a 22 black. And that's a win. We need to get 2 of those. So we're currently up $120. Let's get a second win right here. And then I can't wait to share with you the new Snake Eyes Roulette system coming up. and it's going to share with you what to do with those pesky zeros that always wreck your roulette session. So we lost that one. Let's go ahead and double, and I had to do this a few times this weekend, but that's okay. With this many numbers covered, I was very fortunate and did really, really well with this one. So there it is. That's our win, but we need another one because once you lose, you need 2 additional wins. And let's go ahead and get those 2 additional wins, and let's do it right here. That's a 16 red, and we did it. So we're up $150. Let's start with 6 more streets again. We'll leave out the 16, 36, and 15. Okay. Oh, one too many. There we go. Again, once you get to $30, you know you have 6 of them. And here we go. That's a 25 red. And that's a loss. So let's add 3 more in and don't include the 16, 25, or 36. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll go ahead and once we have 9, we double to 90 and spin. And here we go. That's a 29 black. And that's a win, but we need 2 of those. We're currently up $150. So let's go ahead and spin again. And let's see what we get here. That's a 33 black, and that's another win. We're up $180 now. So let's go back and find 6 more streets again. We'll leave out the 33, 29, and 25. Okay, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And I had to cancel my Vegas trip for this week. I forgot about my PGA spring meeting. For those of you that don't know, I'm a PGA golf professional, and we have to go get our points to keep our PGA cards every year. And I'm going to be doing that instead of going to Vegas next week. But I just rescheduled. And while I'm saying this, let's go ahead and add the 3 more streets in. 1, 2, and 3. I can't do the 25 though, or the 29. Okay, now we can double and spin. So I'll be at the Hard Rock in Tulsa this week for the PGA Spring meeting instead of Vegas, but I did just book a new trip to Vegas in March. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're up 180. And let's go ahead and spin again here. And so I believe March 17th through the 21st now I will be in Vegas. So I talked to my casino host yesterday and got everything squared away. And we're up $210. And let's find 6 more again. And we'll leave out the 9, 31, and 33. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. And if you guys ever have any questions about casino hosts or what you should or should be getting, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I'd love to answer them, and I'm sure there's tons of people. There's so many people in this community with so much experience. We got the win there, so let's go ahead and put new ones up. We don't need 2 wins with 6 streets, so we'll leave out the 1, the 9, and the 31 now. But yeah, there's so many people on in this community that have experience as well. They would love to answer your questions as well. So if you have any questions about casino hosts or what you should or should be getting, that's another nice win there. Put it down in the comments or email me. Again, that's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And we're up $270 so far. And we'll make sure we don't include the 1, the 6, or the 9. So the first 3. So let's add the next 6 streets in. And then let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. But you should be. There's a lot of stuff you should be getting, and a lot of people don't know what they're capable of getting from casino hosts. So when you go on these trips, you want to know that stuff for sure. Let's go ahead and add 3 more streets in here. We'll leave out the 28, the 6, and the 1. So that'd be 7, 8, 9, and then we'll double that and spin. Now let's try to get 2 wins. All right, here we go. And never feel ashamed about asking the casino host for more than you think you deserve, because believe me, the casinos don't mind taking from you guys. So when you're not having a good day, so don't be afraid to ask for the world, and you never know what you might get. So that's a 23 red, and that's a win, and we're up $300. So let's go ahead and add 6 more here. We'll leave out the 20, the 23, and the 28. The other thing, too, is when you're having really good nights, don't be afraid to ask for a lot of stuff from your casino host. That last trip when I was in Vegas, I think I won $12,000 the first night, and I immediately called the host and asked, for a really nice dinner and some extra stuff. And don't be afraid to ask for stuff from your casino host. And let's add 3 more streets in here: 23, 27, and 20. We're not going to include. So let's go right here, and then double and spin. But yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're doing good or bad. If you're playing a lot, they should help you out. And that's a 32 red, and that's a $30 win. We're up 300. Let's try to get our second win right here. And that's a big misconception, is that people think you have to lose to get, to call your host and ask for something. As long as you're playing a lot, they will help you out. And we're up $330. And let's see, we'll pick 6 new ones. We'll leave out the 25, 32, and 27. So let's go ahead and do that. One too many. Let's back that up to $30, and that's 6 streets, and here we go. All right, that's a 24 black, and we lost, so let's add 3 more in. We'll leave out the 24, the 25, and the 32. Can't put it there, and here we go. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and double and spin. Let's get our 2 wins. And I did really well with this at the First Council Casino in Oklahoma this weekend. And that is a $30 win. We're up $330, doing amazing. And this reminds me of what I was doing this weekend, and it just really, really works, whether you use it the way Kentucky White uses it or with this step where you basically start with 6 instead of 3. It's just a great way to play. And just as I say that, of course, we lose on there, but that's okay. That's what our bankroll is for. We're going to go ahead and double that and try to get our 2 wins now. This is a recommended $2,000 bankroll for $5 units, or a $400 bankroll for dollar units, and we just lost again. So let's go ahead and double again, and that's what the bankroll's for. And even after all those losses, we're still up 60. Let's get a win here. We have a really good chance of getting a win on this spin. And that's a 9 red. Okay, there's 1. We need to get another one, and we're up 180. Okay, let's rebet and spin. Let's get our second win. And when you have 9 streets, you do have a really good chance of getting that next spin, no matter what. And but we just lost again. So let's see how much we have left in our bankroll. We have we're down 180, so we have plenty. We need to double again. So we're going to be at 720 now, and you don't want to place bets like this if you can't afford to. But if you have the bankroll, you definitely want to take the risk. And let's get our second win right here. We're back up 60. And it doesn't mean you're going to win, but it gives you a chance to recover. And that's what the bankroll is for. That's a 6 black. And there's our second win. And you can see we're back up 300. We'll restart now. And but never play with money that you can't afford to lose. That's really important. And let's go ahead and place our next 6 out here. And then spin. And remember, like I told you guys in the beginning with this one, you can also do this with a $400 bankroll and dollar units. So don't play with money that you can't afford to lose. We're up $330. And we won on the 6th street, so we just put 6 more out, and we'll leave out the 1, the 6, and the 20. Okay, and let's go ahead and do that, and then spin. And the purpose of this channel is to test new strategies every day to find the best ones possible. And I love how you guys send them in every day. That's what's awesome. And that way we can test them out and before you risk your own money and decide if you like them or not. And the 4, the 20, and the 6 will be left out. We'll add 3 more in, and then we'll go ahead and double and spin. Now let's get our 2 wins. And here we go. And you can't ever practice enough. Any practice, makes you just feel more comfortable when you're in the casino. Let's get our second win right here, and then we'll reset. All right. The other thing that, practice does is gets you to where you feel like you can make that bigger bet if you need to. If it's money that if you can afford to make that bigger bet, we're up $360. After those 2 wins, we'll reset, but we'll leave out the 4, 34, and 30. But what you want to do is if you practice that and you know what you're going to do, you shouldn't be making these decisions while you're in the casino. The decisions should be made before you go, and you should just react to what you planned on doing. So let's leave out the 24, 30, and 34, and we'll add 3 more in. And we'll have to put that 4 back in, and then we'll go ahead and double and spin, leaving out the last 3, and here we go. That's one big problem I think people have, is they decide what they're going to do while they're sitting at the table instead of before. That's why it's really good to practice on simulators and test things out before you do it. It's so important to get your mind right, and if you're making decisions while you're playing, it's going to definitely have an adverse effect. And we're up $390 now. We'll put out 6 more after we got our 2 wins. We'll leave out the 13, 27, and 24. And let's go ahead and spin. And we got about a minute left with this one before we get to the new Snake Eyes system coming up. I can't wait to share that with you. And that's a 22 black. And we lost. So we'll add 3 more in, leaving out the 22, 13, and 27. And let's go ahead and double now and get our 2 wins. All right, here we go. That's a 29 black. And that's a win. We'll need 1 more. We're up $390. And let's go ahead and spin. And one cool thing about that first council casino I went to this weekend was they had an indoor water park and pool area. And you know how cold it is right now, and it's snowing outside. And the water's pretty warm in there, so that was pretty cool. And that's our 15 minutes with this one. We made $420 profit in 15 minutes with this modification of Kentucky White's 9 Streets. I like it the way he plays it as well. I do that also, but I just used this variation this weekend, and it worked fantastic. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But now it is time for the incredible new system of the day, the Snake Eyes Roulette system. Let's see if it's as good as he says it is, and jump right into it. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the Snake Eyes Roulette system, and this answers the question of what do you do with those pesky zeros that always end up ruining our roulette sessions? Well, I'm going to share with you how this subscriber does it, and let's go ahead and get started, and here we go. So we're actually going to start with $1 on each of the 0 double zeros, and then we're going to have the rest of the snake here, and I'm going to share with you what that looks like in the bets, and here we go. Okay, we're going to start just like that with 4 corners, and then we have the 1 on the 0 and the 1 on the double 0. That's a $22 total bet. You can see we have a 0 balance. Let's start the timer and spin, and I can't wait to share this with you. Here we go. That's an 11 black, and that's a nice $23 win. Michael Jordan right out of the gate, up $23. So we're just going to rebet and spin again. Here we go, and I'll share with you what to do on losses coming up once we have one, and hopefully you'll see why it's so great to hedge those bets on the zeros there, and that's another $23. Now we're up 46, so we'll just rebet and spin again. And here we go. Let's see what we get here. That's a 36 red. Okay, and we lost. So when we lose with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to add the next piece of the snake in here, and we're going to add one right here, and then we're going to double that bet. So let's do that and spin, and here we go. All right, Snake Eyes Roulette is coming through so far. Let's see if it continues to. And we just lost again, so that's okay. We're at minus 30. And then there's going to be some rules for when you get to this last one. So we're going to add this last one in at 10 because the rest are already at 10 because we doubled previously. And then we're going to go ahead and double it all and spin. And once you get to the final piece of the snake here, you need 2 wins. So let's go ahead and get those. There's one of them right there. And you can see we're back up 22. Let's get our second win right here at 128. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 23 red. And there's our second win. So now we're up $74. Let's start back over. So let's go back to where we started. And again, we're going to have 4 bets of 5 on the corners. That's 20 plus we have the dollar and the dollar on the 0 and the double 0. That's a $22 total bet. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right. So good recovery there, and I'll go over the rest of this as we go through and the bankroll and everything else you need to know. We just lost that one, so we will add one more in here and then go ahead and double that bet. Now we have a $54 bet out there, and the snake is starting to grow. And just like Kentucky White Systems, the more you lose, the better chance you're going to have of winning the next bet. But we just lost again. So now we will add this next one in at 10, and we'll go ahead and double. And now we need 2 wins because the snake is complete. So now we got to get those. So let's get them, and that's a 3 red. But we just lost again. So if we do lose again, we're just going to go ahead and double that bet. This is why we have a $2,000 bankroll with this one. And here we go. That's a 16 red. And there's 1 win. That's a $104 win. We're at minus 26. So we're going to rebet and spin again. And you can also play this one as well for a $400 bankroll and dollar units. Okay, there's our 2 wins, and we're up 78. So no matter what, when you get the 2 wins, even if it sets you back, you restart. So let's go ahead and do that because you're going to make a lot of money on the rest of this. You don't need to try to force the issue and try to get 3 wins. If you get the 2, just go ahead and restart. And let's go ahead and spin again back at base level here. And here we go. That's a 15 black. And we lost, and we haven't been very fortunate on those so far, but that's okay. It'll come. So let's add the next one in and then double. Now let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, that's a 7 red. We lost again. So, man, that's not very good luck, but that's okay. You want to know how to deal with adversity, and it's coming our way. So let's double after we add that 10 in there, and then let's go ahead and spin, and let's get our 2 wins. All right, here we go. That's a 13 black. There's one of them, and we're at 54. Let's get win number 2 right here so we can reset. If not, we'll need to double again. That's why we need the bankroll. Again, that's $2,000 for $5 units, $400 for dollar units, and there's our recovery. We're up 106. So, and you know, we're up 106 with things going very badly. Let's see what happens when things start going our way. And let's start with a win right here. Here we go. That's a 1 red. There we go. That's $23. We're up 129. We'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. And that's an 18 red. And we lost. So let's add that next one in. The next piece of the snake. And then we will go ahead and double and spin. And here we go. Actually, we can hit the 0 with this system. That's a 9 red, and that's a nice $36 win. We're up 143. So we go back to 22, and the only time that with this one, the only time that we need 2 wins is if we finish the snake is complete and we're all the way across. That's a 29 black, and we lost again. So that's okay. We'll add the next one in, and then double, and then spin. And let's see if we can get a win right here. Tried to hit the 0 there, and that'd be okay with this one because we have those on there, and that's a nice win. So we're up 157, and hopefully we'll start getting some more wins earlier on. Let's see if we can do that right now. And here we go. That's a 3 red, but we lost again. So let's add one more in, and sometimes it's good when it's tough on you when you're testing them because, you know, then when you actually play in the casino, and let's go ahead and double here, then it's not quite as bad, and it's nice to see, you know, that a system can deal with you know, having really bad spins. And you can see we just lost again. So this is a perfect example of what you want to see when you're testing that, okay, this thing can recover, and let's see if it does right here. Now we need 2 wins because the snake is complete, and here we go. That is a 5 red. There's 1 win. We're up 133. Let's try to get our second win right here. And here we go. Okay, and that is a double 0. And now I'm going to share with you, it's not as big of a win because the bet is hedged. but we're up 149. Even if you get a win on the zeros, if it's your second win, you restart on the last, if the snake is complete. If it's earlier, you still restart if you get the win. And let's place our bets again. It's not as big of a win, but it's not a loss, and it is a win. So let's go ahead and spin again back at base level, $22. And there's just not quite as much on the 0 double 0 as the other numbers. Okay, and that's a nice win there. We're back up 172. So let's just rebet and spin. And you don't have to press the issue on that stuff, because once you start getting some wins at the base level here, you're going to see a lot more profit pretty quickly. And now you see we're up 195. So that's where you're going to see a lot of your profit is from getting these wins at base level. And you'll get a lot of them once you're patient enough. You might get a bunch of losses early like we did, but we've recovered so far. So let's keep it up. And then we'll go ahead and double after we added that next corner in. And let's spin with the Snake Eyes Roulette system. And that's a 3 red. And that's another loss. So we're all the way to the end of the snake again here. Remember, we add the last piece of it in at 10 because the rest are already at 10. And then we double. And now we need 2 wins instead of 1 because it is complete. And here we go. That's a 35 black. That's one of our wins. We're up 171. Let's try to get our second win right here. And then we'll restart. If you win before, if you're before the snake is complete, you always restart with 1 win. This one we just lost, so we're going to have to double the bet to 256, and this is why you need the $2,000 bankroll for $5 units or the $400 bankroll for dollar units. There's 1 win. We're up 147. Okay, let's go for win number 2. Right here, and just like Kentucky White systems, the further you go along, the better chance you have of winning because there's more numbers covered. And there's another nice win. We're up 251 now, and we're going to drop all the way back to 22 with the Snake Eyes Roulette system. And so far, so good. Let's start getting some wins at base level here, though, and really increase our profits. That's a 19 red. That's a loss, and we haven't had much luck with those so far, but that's okay. We're still doing awesome, and let's double to 54 and spin, and here we go. That's a 7 red, but the nice thing about this system, even though we're consistently losing on the bets we hope we're going to win, we're still doing amazing, and we're going to add this one at 10 and double. But the other thing is that you know, if it does well even when things are tough, just think how well it's going to do when things are good. And there's 1 win. We're up 227. Let's get 2 wins right here so we can restart. Okay, that's a 35. That should be a win. And that's our 2 wins. We're up $279. Let's drop back to 22. Okay, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right. That's a 20 black. And that's a nice win. That's what I'm talking about. We're up 302 now. So you see the spike in profit when you do get the early wins, and that's really nice to see. And, you know, really, if you're patient, you should get a lot of wins at this level. But we've just had way more losses than wins. But guess what? We're still up $280 right now. So I'm not going to be worried about that. I'm just going to keep winning with this. And hopefully this continues on. This looks really good. That's a 14 red. And there's a win. And you restart when you get the win unless you're at the end of the snake there. And we're up $316. Let's go back to 22. And then spin. And I really like that the zeros are covered even though they're hedged a little bit. And you still get a good win when you get them, just not quite as big. But you know what? They don't lose and it doesn't wreck your day. So let's add 1 more in. And then we're going to go ahead and double to 54 and spin. And I've had so many sessions over the years that have been wrecked by multiple zeros. And, you know, a small win is still a win. And it's a lot better than losing. So I like it. And we're up 330 now. And again, as long as we're not to the end of the snake, we reset with 1 win, not 2. And here we go. That's a 34 red. And that's a $22 loss there. We're up 308. So we will add one more in and then double to 54 and spin. And let's see if we can get a win right here. We just need one. And even though we hit the double zero and it's not as big of a win, we'll take the win and we reset no matter what. We're up 326. So let's go back to 22. And spin. And here we go. We don't want to be greedy and try to get more. If you get one win before the snake is complete, you restart. If you get two wins once the snake is complete, you restart no matter what. And that's a nice win. Let's just rebet and spin. And you can do that because eventually you're going to, with patience, you're going to get some wins at the base level. And there's another zero. And you know what? We'll take it because it is a win still. Okay, it's a $14 win instead of $23, but we're still a win. We're up $363. So let's keep it going. Let's get some more wins at base level here. And that's a 14 red. And if you think about it, and there's another $23 win. We're up $386. If you think about it, we've had 2 or 3 zeros this session. You know, we've won with them, so it's been nice. But just think if we had got those and we were not betting on zeros, it would have not been good. We're up $409, and that's why it's so important to that we have systems that do have coverage on the zeros, because they are known for wrecking people's days, and this is a nice way of using them. We're at $432, and let's go ahead and spin again here, and let's see what we get. That's a 4 black. Okay, that's a good win. We're at $455. I also like this system because I like the $23 win each time. That's little Michael Jordan numbers there, and that's a 4 black. And that's another win, another 23. We're at $478. Let's see if we can get our wins up over $500 in just a short time here. That would be awesome. That's a 36 red. And that's a loss, so we'll add that next one in and then double. Now we have a $54 bet out there, and again, we only need one win right here, not two. And that's a 17 black. There's our one win. We're up $492, and we go back to 22. And let's add that one back in and then spin. And here we go. And that's a 25 red. And we didn't get it. So let's go ahead now, and we will add the next one in, and then we'll double to 54 and spin. We only need one win right here because the snake is not complete, and that's a 15 black. But we lost again, so let's go to the end of the snake, just like that. And remember, we add that in at 10 instead of 5, then we double. And let's get a win right here and see what we get. That's a 3 red. I think we lost again. We did, so let's go ahead and double that. This is why we have the $2,000 bankroll for $5 units and the $400 bankroll for dollar units. Bankroll is essential, and when things go bad, and we lost again. So again, now we see we're still up, but we're going to have to double again to 512, and surely we'll get a win now. Let's see if we do. We have a lot of numbers covered. I think we got one right there with a 17 black. Okay, so now we're back up to 40. Let's try to get win number 2 right here at 512. I think we can get it. Let's see what we get here. That's a 16 red. There we go, and the 15 minutes is up. So made $448 in 15 minutes with the Snake Eyes Roulette system. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this one. Also, let me know what you think of the one that I used in the casino this week that was the first system today, and would love to hear from you. As always, if you have a system to send in, send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I pick a new one every single day of the week, 365 days of the year, in the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. And I hope you're enjoying this search with me. If you are, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.